So, if we were to look at details that the boy practiced soccer every day and became the most important player. When we look at those ideas, whichever one you want to. He used to be the worst on the team. What else tells us that this boy became the most improved player? Gio. The plaque. Keith. Anyone else? Two.
Maybe his t-shirt?
Could be his t-shirt. Well, he's on the soccer team.
Coach.
How about? So yes, we can write. Uh-oh. I forgot how to spell plaque. And
Flag?
plaque.
Wow.
He practiced rain or shine. So write those. Those are details that can tell us how someone improved. That can help us, again, back up a central idea or a theme. Again, that's something trying to teach you guys. Because again, when you go in for a job interview, why do you think we should give you this job? Well, you got to be able to back up this idea. If this person says, why should I go out with you? Well, you got to be able to back it up. This person says, why should I marry you? You got to be able to back it up. If the cop says, why were you speeding? You got to be able to back it up. Or why should I get you out of this ticket? You got to be able to back it up. If you ask your teacher, can I make up this assignment that you had 8 weeks to do and you didn't do it, back up your answer. Why should you back it up? I still don't think that's right. It's not. I misspelled plaque. That's okay. Q-U-E. You're right. It's so close to plague. That's where I was going. Yes. Plaque and plague look exactly alike. Okay. So, if we were to go and then say, based on the chart, what is the general lesson the reader might learn from this picture, these details? This is why we have these popsicle sticks, because I'm going to start calling on you. Joe!
Never give up.
Beautiful. So the theme is never give up. Or what's another word for never giving up? Practice makes perfect. I want one word. What do you think, Gio? These could be themes. What do you think?
Pursue.
Persevere, pursue. Determination. So I'm going to put it right here. When you have determination, when you have a desire to want to do something, to achieve something, you never give up. Practice makes perfect. Now, as we said before, eventually you have to give up. You know, sometimes you do. If this person just doesn't want to go out with you and you keep asking and asking and asking, you know, that's a little creepy. Maybe your determination needs to stop. Okay, fine. You guys are no fun. Next page. Okay. If we're to look at Tiana's scar, what could be a central idea? Remember, we're not talking theme. We're just talking about a central idea. What's the central idea of this story, Key?
Incidents cause fears.
How about Tiana learned not to let one incident control her life. That's good. See, when she was 5 years old, she was bit by a dog. So that was that one incident. What else could happen when we read this story that could back up this central idea? What did Tiana do? Joe.
She got frightened by the dog.
Well, she got frightened by the dog, but then what details showed that she learned not to let an incident control her life?
When she went to the
Love it.
I didn't even get to finish my sentence.
Why? Because I'm a smart guy who knows what you were saying. She went to an animal. I don't know what you're saying, but if you're telling me that Mrs. Gorham's right here, I understand that and I see that.
And that's $150 right there for signing. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you, and thank you for working so hard to get us that.
You're welcome.
You rock. What else could be an example of this detail? Riley.
I forgot your name.
What do you think, Audrey?
She went to the bear for her dog.
Yes. She confronted, I can't spell. Not today. She confronted her neighbor's dog and her fear. Good. Perfect. So write those down, please. That shows the central idea. That gives us details of showing, of being able to back up our belief of what the central idea is key.
On detail number 2,
Yeah.
the sentence doesn't make sense. She wanted to live in an animal shelter.
You're correct. She went to an animal shelter. Tiana going to an animal shelter is like me going to the reptile observatory at City Park. Not gonna happen.
I'd do it.
I wouldn't. I'm not going in that snake-infested hellhole. I don't like snakes. Okay, I'll give you guys a minute and we'll move on. Oh, I hate snakes. Hate 'em. I don't know. Again, we talked about that with anxiety, with social anxiety disorder. I don't know. I just have an irrational fear of snakes. I'm not a big fan of them. We able to move on? Okay. So then we started talking more and more and more about this. What sentence below could express the theme of the story? Now, I know this says, look at one of these, explain why this would, we'll just pick a letter. Key, give me one to take out a wrong answer.
See?
Absolutely. What's another wrong answer, Joey?
See?
Yes. Those are both wrong. Confidence does help us solve problems. So A or B? How many guys think it's apple? Banana. Well, you apple people are correct. The theme of this is knowledge can help a person overcome fears. So we could even, shorter theme, we could say overcoming fear would be an easier thing to just for theme. And we wrote that up top, so we're not going to rewrite this part. Because we said the knowledge was when she went to the animal shelter. The knowledge was confronting Millie, her neighbor's dog. And Millie could have been the sweetest dog in the world. Tiana was just scared of getting around another dog. Okay, let's move on to Mount Rushmore. So, woo! If we were to do the close reading, what's a sentence that explains why the narrator is not looking forward to this trip? Joe.
I was thinking this trip would not be a huge waste of time.
Love it. I can't remember where that's at. Is that paragraph 1?
It's paragraph 2 as well.
Got it. Oh, right there, yeah. I already did it. But this one too. As we drove to the airport, I prepared myself for the boredom that I would endure the whole week and work. What about at the end? What words could we circle that show how the narrator's feelings changed? Landon. Majestic. Love it. Okay, now that's the spot. Okay. Majestic. Let me see if I can find it offhand. Oh, well, fascinating would be good.
Majestic. It's in the 4th paragraph in the second sentence all the way there.
Thank you. Fascinating, majestic. What other adjectives do we see? Key.
Astonishing.
Astonishing. Love it. Take my breath away. Good work. Stuff like that shows how their attitude changes. Now, let's do these. In the story, the narrator's feelings are clues about the central idea. Which sentence from the story shares an important detail about the author's idea, about the author's feelings? Again, are there any we can take out? Key.
A.
I love it. That's just a statement. Anyone else? Ellen.
D.
I love it. Okay. So which one at first kind of shows the feelings, B or C? How many of you guys think it's B? C, I agree, it is B. Again, we see it first, that idea about just looking at these mountains looks real pretty. And so because we have that detail, if we look at number 2, which of the following sentences best states a theme about human behavior described in Mount Rushmore? Because remember, we started off with feeling that something was going to be boring. Are there any we can take out? Key.
B.
Yes. Alan.
C.
Love it. So A or D? How many of you guys think it's apple? I love it. Yes. People often dread situations that turn out to be really fun. Because again, what do memories of a great time in the past have to do with seeing Mount Rushmore right now? And then if we were to pick A, if we were to back that up, what 2 answers do we think would best show that idea? Tomas.
2 and 4.
2 and 4.
Box. The second box.
How many people agree? I do too. Good. Because it shows, again, how they went from the start to how they went to the end. Good. I'm gonna walk around, check your books, make sure you're writing. We will continue working on theme next week. Next Wednesday. Again, remember, we do not have school on Monday. We don't even have remote learning. Okay, I'm gonna stop recording.